Prep the barbecue, it's time to grill some corn. Hi everyone, I'm Rockin' Robin from CookingMexicanRecipes.com, and today I'm going to show you how to grill up some corn and top it with a nice Chipotle maple orange sauce. I'm also going to show you how to prep and grill your corn 3 different ways, so don't go away, you don't want to miss it. So let's go over our ingredients. We're going to need some corn, obviously. So when you go to pick it out, look for some nice bright green husks like this one here. And the silk tassel is moist when you touch it. You can feel that moistness. And it's just a nice brown color. And the moistness will ensure that your corn is nice and moist inside as well. All right, so we'll also need some chili peppers. These are chipotle peppers in adobo sauce. Here I've chopped up one of these peppers, and if you're a wimp like me, you can adjust it by just using the sauce itself. This will give it a nice smoky flavor, by the way. Now we'll also need a couple of tablespoons. This is a frozen orange juice concentrate. Over here we've got a couple tablespoons of real maple syrup. This is not log cabin. Here we have about a half a teaspoon of garlic powder. Finally, it's very fine like flour. There's no salt in it. We'll need a tablespoon of plain yogurt and 4 tablespoons of butter. So I'm going to show you the first way that I'm going to prepare our corn. Now, what we're going to do is we are going to grill this on the grill with the husks intact. But first we want to get rid of these silks. So I'm going to peel back the husk in probably 2 or 3 sections like this, okay? So I got 3 sections and I'm pulling it down. Now I don't want to take the husk off entirely, I'm just pulling it down just enough so I can get the silk off. So you do that, pull out the silk and just work your way down till you get to the base. All right, and then we can close it back up just like this. And if you want to, you can tie these closed with a piece of the husk. You can tear off a piece and then you can tie it up here. But I'm just going to go ahead and toss it in. I have a bucket here, or a pot of water, and I'm going to soak these for about anywhere from 10 to 20 minutes. It doesn't really have to be that long, and that's enough. What that's going to do is going to keep those husks nice and moist so that when we barbecue it, it doesn't just burn it right up. It just makes it nice and it cooks it slower, and it gets a nice smoky flavor into your corn. So here's our second way that we're going to prepare our corn. Now the second way is we're going to peel and husk our corn completely. This is going to go directly on the grill, and this is going to cook up a lot faster, but you have to be prepared to watch this like a hawk when you're grilling it, okay? Because this is you don't want it to burn. It's gonna be sitting directly on the coal. There's nothing to protect it, so you gotta keep rotating it, and it'll cook up in probably half the time as the other method. For our third way, this is a great way to do it when you have a party. We're gonna shuck it completely, clean it all up, and we're gonna actually wrap these with some sauce on them and wrap them up in foil totally, and we're just going to pop them on the grill. And this works great when you have a party, say of 12 people or more. That way you as the host, it frees you up, you've got it already prepared, it's great for entertaining. It just works out really well that way. It makes it easier on you. And the foil also keeps it nice and warm when you're serving it. So those are the 3 ways we're going to do it today, and they all work well, every one of them. It just depends on how you want to do it and what your needs are at the time. Okay, so now we're ready to start our sauce, which just takes a minute. What we're going to do is put everything except for our yogurt into the pan. So we'll start off with our butter and the chipotle, and we're just going to put our fire on here just really low. We just want to melt this butter here. And the orange juice. And that's the maple syrup. And I'm going to hold off on the garlic for just a minute because I don't want it to clump up. So we're just going to stir this around until this butter melts. So now that the butter has melted in, now we're going to sprinkle in our garlic powder. And I'm going to whisk it at the same time so that it doesn't clump up on us. Okay, so once this gets hot here, we're going to add our yogurt. Now I'll just drop in the yogurt. Turn off the heat and just whisk that in. So we're out at the grill, and now we're ready to start with my method number 3, because we got to get it ready to put on the grill. So remember, this is the one for entertaining. We're going to wrap in foil. So I'm going to cut our cob in half. All right, so we'll place that on a piece of foil, and I'm going to go ahead and put on some of that sauce. Not a lot, but I just want to get a nice coating on there. Just rotate it around, and this is going to just bake right in. It's going to be delicious, and it'll be self-serve all the way. They won't even have to add anything. Okay, so you want to wrap this up nice and tight so it doesn't leak. Okay, so we're ready to put everybody on the grill. I have the grill preheated. It's on medium high. So I'm going to start with the corn husk guys, and we're going to hold them up a little bit and let that water drain out. And then we're going to lay this on there. And these should take probably 20 minutes to cook. And then we've got our foil wrapped ones, and now we have our one that's going to go directly on there. Now that's the one we got to watch carefully. So I'm going to go ahead and close this for now and check it. I'm going to be rotating that one that's exposed, the one with no husk on it. I'm going to be turning that one over every few minutes. Okay, so let's have a look-see. It's been about 3 minutes. All right, so we turn this over a little bit. I've been rotating it, and you can see that's why we got to watch it, because it's going to burn, but we want those nice caramelized kernels going on there. And I might even put on a little bit of sauce at this point. This is only going to take a few more minutes. I'm just going to put a little bit of sauce, not too much. Okay. And then the other guys, we can rotate them a little bit since I'm in here. And you can hear these guys over here with the husks on sizzling. They're doing great. So we'll check it again in a couple minutes. Okay, so it's been about 9 minutes. This guy here is done as far as I'm concerned. I've been basting him with the sauce every once in a while, and you can see he's nice and golden, so that's perfect. So I'm going to set him over here on my tray to cool. The rest of these guys have a little more time to go, so we'll just keep rotating them every 5 minutes or so. It's been 20 minutes. I think it's time to take these off. All right, you can see the ones with the husk. Look at that. You have nice little grill marks in there. I'm going to place that on there. All right, the corn has been cooling for about 5 minutes now. I think I can handle it. Now you can see this is the downside to the cooking it in the husk. You know, you've got all this burnt husk, and you have to deal with it, and you have to pull it off. So that is a downside to cooking it in this fashion. So you just pull it all back and break it off the best you can, or cut it off. I'll just cut it off. So that little bit is a hassle, but the flavor is really good because you get this nice smoky flavor from all of this. But again, it is a little messy. So keep that in mind when you're, deciding which way you want to cook your corn. That's why I would never do this if I was doing it for a large group, because it would just be a pain. It would take too much time. Now is when you want to put your Chipotle sauce on there, because this one doesn't have any yet. So I'm going to brush some on there. This stuff is really delicious, by the way. I've already been sneaking little tastes here and there, and it is really nice. Even the one Chipotle pepper that I thought would be too spicy for me, it's perfect. So that's what you want to do with that. Now let's have a look at these guys here. They're in the foil. You're entertaining. Your guests grab one, they pull it out. Look at that. They've got their sauce right on there already. If they want to add more, of course we can add a little bit more. And then of course we have our original guy here who didn't have anything on. He was bare naked, and we just slathered him up and put him on the grill. Now he's the coolest, so I'm going to take a bite out of this one and let you know how it tastes. Oh man, that is really good. If you like smoky and sweet, you're going to love this. This is delicious. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you'll try this recipe. You're going to love it. And also leave me a comment. Let me know how you like to cook, prepare and cook your corn. Do you like to put it in foil and cook it on the Barbie, or do you like to just put it on bare naked, or do you leave it in the husk? Let me know what you do. All right, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you in the next video.